My name is Gifty Nana from Ghana. I'm a trainee embryologist. I work with Accra Fertility Center. I'm here for Merck Embryology training program organized by Merck Foundation. I come from Ghana, and from Ghana we have situations of infertility where 1 out of 5 couples suffer from infertility. And in Ghana, many people do not have the knowledge about infertility. Most of the time when couples are suffering from infertility issues, they tend to attribute it to other factors, so religious, superstitious factors. So a lot of people do not know that they can seek medical attention when they have infertility issues. And then also, majority of the ignorance is coming from the male sector, where most of the women are blamed for infertility. The men feel the problem will not be coming from them. So I decided to go into embryology to help to clear off the stigma of infertility, to help people, reach out to people, for people to know that infertility is not a stigma, that it can be, when you seek medical attention, it can be solved. Basically, the challenges that we faced is lack of knowledge about infertility. A lot of people do not know what happens during these things. They seem to think that they have the stigma attached to it. Then also we have financial issues, because most of the time infertility practices or ART techniques tend to be expensive. A lot of people do not have the funds to pay for these things. Yes, with male infertility, like I said before, most of the male factors are ignored because they feel it can't be the male. A lot of people think that once you can ejaculate, then you are okay. So they usually think that it's the woman who has the problem. So the male factor is a very critical issue which needs to be addressed. The role of an embryologist is an embryologist works together with the whole team of the clinician and the nurses, and what the embryologist does is to ensure that oocytes have been picked up, culturing of the embryos has been done, ensuring that semen samples are of good quality for fertilization to occur, then ensuring that during the time of transfer, good quality embryos have been selected to transfer. The embryologist also needs to create awareness to let patients know what it entails, what assisted reproductive technique is entails, for patients to have the understanding of it. Most of the time there has to be transparency, because you can't just take a patient and then be working on the patient. The patient needs to know what exactly goes into it. So you try to let the patient know the parameters that goes into it, the clinical aspects of it. Most women suffer the stigma of infertility. Some of them are driven away, have family issues, because most of the time you have in-laws who feel that since she hasn't given birth, then there has to be another woman to come in to produce a child. But then most of the time it's not from the woman, it comes from the man, and the woman ends up being stressed and being frustrated. They get stressed out. A lot of people become introverts, and then they can't even talk about the issues that are bothering them. A lot of marriages are being dissolved due to infertility issues. Currently in Ghana, we have about 20 centers, which are all private. We don't have government centers yet. And the number of embryologists, we have about 50 Most of the centers are in the capital city. We have a second largest city, which is in Kumasi, and we have a few centers that are coming up from there. But the other centers do not have. With the knowledge I've received from here, my goal is to go back and also create the awareness, because a lot of work needs to be done when it comes to infertility issues. A lot of people need to know about it and have the help that they can receive. We do not have any training centers in Ghana currently. What most of us go through is that you have a senior embryologist who provides hands-on training for you, in-depth training like what Merck Foundation is providing. We do not have that. We have had exposure to micromanipulation. We've had exposure to cryopreservation, freezing oocytes and sperms. We've had the andrology aspects, where how to handle the semen samples, how to ensure that you get good quality sperms to use for the procedure. We've also been exposed to pre-implantation, genetic diseases and screening, especially for the male aspect of it, because I believe so much has been put into the male part, since it's a critical issue. It's the very thing that a lot of us are having problems with. So most of the things have been dealt on with the male factor of infertility issues. I would like to thank Merck Foundation for giving me this platform and the opportunity to improve on my skills and receive more knowledge about infertility issues. It's a good program, and I would recommend it for anyone who has interest in Ghana.